Hello everybody, it's Maikito. I hope everybody's having a good day. Has had a good day so far. There was no video yesterday, obviously. It was only like a 3 games late, so not much to make a video on. But obviously, for today, Saturday, there was a lot of games to go through. So I think I started doing research here around like 4 or 3 p.m. And I just been going through every single game. So this video did take a long time. I'm telling you, I'm not going to force any picks. I'm only going to give you the ones that I really like. So even though there's a big slate, I still have maybe not as many picks as most people would expect, but still a good amount of picks to make a video. And as always, if I do have any added plays, it will be in the pinned comment either later tonight, but more likely tomorrow before the games begin. Lineups will change, lines will change. So whenever we get an idea of what the teams are, I will try to add any added plays. Again, I went through all the games. I promise y'all, I went through the ones that I really liked. So I'll get straight into it. And the first player prop that I found that I like is Curtis Jones to go higher than 1.5 shots, playing at home for Liverpool, going up against Southampton. Liverpool will have squad rotation, especially after that PSG game. Their next game after this Southampton game is going to be PSG again. So they need to rest some of their players, and Curtis Jones should be one of the ones that are included. He has started half of the Prem games, but if you look at the per 90, he has averaged 1.85 shots per 90. So it's whether he gets that second shot, in my opinion, and I think he will because it is the best matchup possible. Southampton allowed the most shots to opponents at 18, and he's a box-to-box player that moves up and down, so he's going to be there in the attack whenever they have the ball. He's a long shot taker as well. From the shots he has taken, he's taken 16 from inside and 7 from outside, and he's versatile as well because 14 have been with his right, 7 with his left, and then 2 headers. So he'll shoot from inside the box, outside the box. He'll shoot with his left, he'll shoot with his right. So I like this. He also started in the first game away from home. Played 62 minutes, so he played 2/3 of the game and still went over with 2. First of all, I expect more minutes out of him, and second of all, if you can get 2 in 62 minutes, if he gets more minutes, if anything, the same amount of minutes, I expect him to take at least 2 shots. And this ultimately is a good line at 1.5. I like it. It's a great matchup, and he's at home. I like this line. I like Curtis Jones to go higher than 1.5 shots. And then the second player prop that I found that I like is Jeremy Doku to go higher than 1.5 shots as well, away from home for Manchester City, going up against Nottingham Forest. He's another player that's usually in and out of the lineup, but he should be starting this game as well. I know it is sometimes frustrating when we do have DMPs, but I like the line, so I'd rather have a DMP than miss a prop. So I do like this one here. He's averaged 1.93 shots per 90, and he played in the first game at home and went over with 3. We just need him to take 2. And Forest have had a good defensive record, but that has to do with the amount of goals that they allow, not the amount of shots that they allow. And the reason why I mention that is because despite having a good defensive record, they have still allowed the 7th most shots to opponents. So a major reason for that is because they do not play possession of the ball, which is really the tipping factor into why I like this play. Even in the first game, City had an early lead 8 minutes into the game, ended up winning 3-0, and still has 67% of the ball, which is a big reason why he ended up getting those shots. And again, why I like this play here. For Nottingham Forest are winless in their last 5 games straight, and they're not in good form. And the 11 starts that Jeremy Doku has started, including that Forest game, he's gone over in 7 out of 11. So that's a 64% hit rate, and he has started in 4 games in 2025, and he's gone over in all 4 games that he has started this year. So if he starts here, I think he goes over. I like the line at 1.5, and it's a great matchup in my opinion. He went over against them in the first game for a reason. So like Jeremy Doku to go higher than 1.5 shots. And then the final player prop that I found so far that I like is a Goblin play on PrizePicks, a safer play if you want to take that one. And that's Marco Asensio to go higher than 1.5 shots, playing away from home for Aston Villa, going up against Brentford. We've taken him before, and he came through for us then, and I expect him to come through for us here. First of all, it's a good safe line at 1.5. You could possibly take a look at his 2.5 line. I do like that one as well, but just on the safer side, I like this one. I mentioned earlier, Southampton allowed the most shots to opponents. Well, Brentford allowed the 2nd most shots to opponent at 17.7, so it's still a great matchup. And if you look at his last couple games, he came off the bench against Brugge, only played 26 minutes, went over with 2, took 4 shots in 82 minutes against Cardiff, another team that allows a lot of shots, and he had 3 against Chelsea. So if he gets the minutes, he will have the opportunities, and he will take those chances, so which is why I like this play. If you watch him play, I mentioned him last time I took him, he's a long shot taker. He will take those long shots, and he's a good dribbler as well, so he can take the shots on his own And he can also take the shots from getting passes from his teammates. And Brentford is not an aggressive team. They only give away the second least fouls, which is what I like as well, because that means he's gonna have time to like take the ball and take his shots. The fact that Brentford aren't aggressive means that he'll have time if he wants to move the ball to his left and take that shot. We just need him to do it twice. He's showing his worth, especially in these last couple games for Villa, and he's implementing himself as a starter every time, and he should be here. He's going to be getting more minutes, and it's a good safe line and a great matchup here, so I like this. I like Marco Asensio to go higher than 1.5 shots. Before I get into the money line plays, as always, I would really appreciate if you guys like the video and drop the comment as well, whether it's supporting the channel or asking a question, because I know a lot of you guys that watch these videos don't actually know much about soccer and just make these watch these videos because of the plays that I give. So if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to comment as well. It helps the video regardless. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and if you want to get the videos out just a little earlier to try to avoid potential bumps and support the channel a little more as well, I do have the memberships linked in the description, or there should be a join button right next to the subscribe button as well. And then all my links for everything, whether it's my data app that I'm sponsored with, Outlier, my player prop apps, my moneyline apps, all linked in the description. So I really want to thank anybody who supports me anyway. But when it comes to the money line, day 7 was very unfortunate. I'll go over that at the end, but we are on day 1, and the play that I found that I like for day 1 is the Bayern Munich second half 3-way money line going up against Bochum for -300. It's the second half one, not the first half, not the full time, the second half. They're coming off a dominant 3-0 home win against Leverkusen, and now they're at home again. Bayern, when it comes to just how many goals they scored in the first half compared to their second, they have scored 16 in the first half compared to 25 in the second half whenever they've played at home. So that's great for us. They score more goals in the second half. Good for us. And Bochum are the worst away teams in the Bundesliga, but they surprisingly do well away in the first half. In 12 games, they have scored 7 goals and conceded 11 in 12 games. So good chance they could score. Good chance they might not concede. But in the second half, they go all the way down to only 3 goals scored and 18 conceded. So perfect on both sides. Bayern score more goals in the second half, and then Bochum don't score and concede more in the second half, home and away respectively. So great for us. They won in the first game away from home 5-0. 2 goals in the first half, 3 goals in the second half. So it shows that, first of all, it correlates with the stats that I just mentioned earlier. And second of all, Bayern Munich do not slow down. Even if they're up 1 goal, 2 goals, especially against a weaker team, they're going to go for that third, their fourth, their fifth, which is what I like. And Bochum don't play possession. Bayern do, so that's great for them. They can't defend through balls. They can't defend set pieces, which is also where Bayern Munich is good at. If anything, they're good at everything. And even better is that Bochum is not a clinical team at all. There's a reason why they are very, very low on the table. They have only converted 23% of the shots on target that they've taken. And even if just by them not being clinical, that's going to be even worse against a team like Bayern, who's very, very tough defensively. So at the end of the day, Bayern should control this game. They should dominate this game. And if for some reason they struggle in the first half, they'll make up for it in the second half. So I like the play here. So for day 1 of the ladder challenge for -300, it's the Bayern Munich second half 3 money line going up against Bochum. And then the second play that I found that I like, you can fade this. I know a lot of people have them on their ban list, but I'm taking them. I like it. And it's the AC Milan money line. Playing away from home, going up against Lecce, going up for -140. If you remember, I think it was like 2 or 3 videos ago, I took away Dortmund away, even though they were in bad form. And this is pretty much kind of like the same thing. First of all, they're on a 3-game losing run, and I expect it to end here. It's like the Dortmund one where this would normally be at like -200, but because of the bad form they're in, you're getting good value here. So I'm taking the value now before they start turning their season around. They won the first game 3-0, and Lecce are scoreless in 4 games straight. They're not good in the attack. They have the worst attack in the league, only scoring 18 goals in 27 games, which is good for us. And their defense, it's not like it gets better at home compared to away. Most teams play better when they play at home, but not them. They have conceded 22 and 13 at home, and compared to 21 and 14 when they played away from home. So doesn't matter if they play at home, doesn't matter if they play away. They're bad defensively in general, and they're not clinical as well. They're even worse than Bochum, only converting 21% of the shots on target that they've taken. And with Milan's attack, I expect them to score 1, maybe 2 goals. And Lecce are going to have a difficult time scoring. So with Milan's high quality They have a even better defensive matchup compared to what they've had before. Lecce don't play possession, can't defend the wings. Obviously, AC Milan does play possession and have wingers like Pulisic and Leao who can take advantage of those, exploit those matchups. And there's a reason why they won 3-0 at home in the first game. And it's just a perfect game for them to turn it around. Get the value while you can. You can fade them if you still have them banned, but I'm trusting them here one more time. And that's the AC Milan money line for -140 going up against Lecce. Thank you everybody for watching. Quickly going over last video's picks. We had Berg, he came through for us again. He hit his line over 1.5. He took a second shot. Vicario to get 3 saves. He hit that one for us. We had Chelsea money line, which hit as well, which honestly should have been the ladder challenge play in retrospect. Like I mentioned, day 7 didn't hit. I believe there was 2 goals scored, but both of them were in the second half. They couldn't score in that first half. Both teams had plenty of chances, especially United, but they couldn't convert. I knew they were going to have the chances, and it was just frustrating. And I did have one added play, and that was Diomande to take at least 1 shot, but he didn't take the shot. I believe he had an assist and was great in the attack. He just wasn't taking the shot. So overall, it was a 3-2 day, 2-1 player prop wise, 1-1 money line wise. Not great. I believe it was good, not a bad day, but we still just lately in general over the last week or so have been in a pretty good form. So hopefully we can bring that form back up, especially on this big Saturday slate, and make some money. Like I mentioned, if I do have any added plays, they will be in the pin comment either later tonight or tomorrow when lineups are out and lines change. And then I do have my Discord in the description. Not a premium. I'm not a premium. I don't sell any of that. It's just for those that want to join, talk about your plays, other plays, talk during the games, talk about other sports. Just a good community I'm trying to build over there. Again, completely free. You're more than welcome to join, linked in the description. But other than that, I hope everybody has a good night, a good day, and we can cash out tomorrow.